So after the leadoff single, a double play, and a ground out end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, nobody left on. And after 4 here in Washington, Pennsylvania, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back, top of the 5th here in Consol Energy Park. 1-1 the score between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. I'm Zach Ziegler. Last inning started out promising for the Wild Things. They got a leadoff single from Jimmy Yezzo to start things off, but then the second double play of the night, a 6-4-3 hit into by Dave Popkins, erased the leadoff runner, and the inning ended with an Andrew Heck ground out. Due up for the Lake Erie Crushers this inning, Daniel Aldrich, Brendan Constantino, and Parker Norris. 1-1 the score here in the Wild Things home opener at Consol Energy Park. And remember, there'll be lots of giveaways at Consol Energy Park this summer. We're giving away beach towels, t-shirts, hats, and even an ugly sweater blanket. Check out the website, WashingtonWildThings.com, for more details. Here in the 5th, I'd like to thank you for listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. I'm Zach Ziegler. 1-1 the score in the top of the 5th, and in steps Daniel Aldrich. Aldrich 0 for 1. He flew out to right field his first at-bat. Cunningham doing a very nice job on the mound for the Wild Things tonight. He's setting the pitch. And low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Aldrich. We said Aldrich entered this game with a 143 average, 1 homer, 5 RBIs, the 1-0. And this ball hit to center field. Austin back, right in front of the track. He'll camp under it and make the catch. And 2 pitches, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brendan Constantino. Constantino today, 0 for 1. As the Wild Things and Crushers tied 1-1. Wild Things enter this series 3-3. Crushers enter 5-0. Cunningham set. Here's the pitch. This one shot foul, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. And we said it in the open, for Cunningham, he has to pitch his game. Get the corners, make these batters go after his pitchers rather than the batter waiting for the pitch that he wants to hit. And Cunningham's done a nice job of that today as he's set in the 0-1. And this one grounded to short. Wobrock will field it on the hop, throw over to first, and quickly 2 away here in the top of the 5th. And this is what we've seen from Chase Cunningham all night. Quick work, getting batters out. And now batting will be the designated hitter, Parker Norris. Norris today, 0 for 1. Cunningham set, and the first pitch to him. Checks his swing, and fouls it away. No balls and a strike. 0-1, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Cunningham, the righty, versus Norris, the lefty. 1-1 the score, the home opener here at Consol Energy Park. Cunningham set in the 0-1. And this ball's popped up. McKeon going back, and he's going to run out of room as it'll fall in the seats just below the broadcast booth here. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pretty quick moving game for the Wild Things. His first pitch was at 7:15, and we're already in the 5th. Cunningham set the 0-2. This one lined up the middle. Wobrock dives, and it's just past his outstretched glove into center field, a base hit. So a 2-out single for the designated hitter Parker Norris, and that'll bring up the shortstop Max Casper. Casper today 0 for 1, grounded out to short his last time. That was just a good piece of hitting by Parker Norris. Got a pitch he could handle and lined it. Nice effort by Austin Wobrock diving to his left, but just past his outstretched glove. Cunningham set, throw over to first, and Norris just gets back in there. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers here on home opener at Consol Energy Park. Cunningham setting the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. That's also one thing Cunningham's been doing well. He's been getting in front of batters today. And Max Casper steps out, has some words with the umpire before stepping back in. Righty on righty, Cunningham versus Casper. Cunningham set the 0-1 coming. Swings and hits this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, top of the 5th. Tie game 1-1 here from Consol Energy Park. I'm Zach Ziegler on the MSA Sports Network. Cloudy skies, but luckily no rain so far for the Wild Things. So they're taking on Lake Erie Crushers. Cunningham looks into McKeon. He has his sign. He's set, checks first. And the 0-2 coming. That's outside, ball 1. And one thing we also talked about, we're going to see a lot of balls put in play when Chase Cunningham's on the mound. Not really a strikeout guy out there. He only had 1 strikeout in his 5 innings of work last time on the mound. None today. Cunningham set the 1-2. There goes the runner for second. The throw down, and he is nailed by Alex McKeon, and that'll end the inning. Parker Norris caught stealing. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. And after 4.5 the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School, lead don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball from Consol Energy Park on opening day. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Due up this inning, Ricky Rodriguez, Grant Fink, and Alex McKeon. McKeon to end that last inning threw a fireball to second base to nail Parker Norris as he was trying to steal first base. Norris on the season currently had no stolen bases. That would have been his first if he could have got it, but McKeon says, no way, you're out, my friend, and ends the top of the 5th. Sundays are Kids Club days here at Consol Energy Park. Children 12 and under can join the club for free. They get lots of perks, including a t-shirt, giveaway items, and free tickets to all Kids Club days. For more information, log on to WashingtonWildThings.com or call the box office at 855-456-WILD. The Kids Club is sponsored by Kona Ice, Med Express, PA Leadership Charter School, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay. Come out for the first Kids Club day this Sunday as Ricky Rodriguez steps in. As Rodriguez 1 for 1 to start the 2016 season as the first pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count, bottom 5, 1-1 the score. The pitch, and that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, nobody out bottom of the 5th. Tie game here in the home opener for the Wild Things. Hagen's pitch, swung on and missed by Rodriguez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ricky Rodriguez just reinstated from the disabled list today, playing in his first game of this 2016 season. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Rodriguez strikes out, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 5. And with 1 away, that'll bring up the third baseman, Grant Fink. Fink entered last night's game as a pinch hitter for Brian Haar in the 3rd inning and played third base for the rest of that game and is now starting at third base tonight. No word on Brian Haar's status, but Fink at third base. The pitch, and that's a strike. No balls and a strike to Grant Fink. Fink grounded out in his first at-bat. Hagen's 0-1 is high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Crushers. Hagan looks in, has his sign, the 1-1. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to count to the Wild Things third baseman. Looking to get something going with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Hagan set the 2-1. That's high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Grant Fink. Hagan, a really quick worker on the mound. Gets on the mound, gets his side, and then throws his pitch. Here's the 3-1. And Fink fouls this one off, so the count goes full to 3-2. On deck for the Wild Things, catcher Alex McKeon. McKeon singled his first time up. So Fink looking to get on to set things up for the Wild Things catcher. Hagan looking in to Barraza. Taking a little longer to go through the signs this time. He set the 3-2. And Fink will foul this one off into the seats, so the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 1 out, 1-1 the score between the Crushers and your Wild Things. Here on the home opener for the Wild Things at Consol Energy Park. 1-1 the score, 1 run, 4 hits for both of these teams. Going stride for stride, and Grant Fink strikes out. So 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up the catcher, Alex McKeon. McKeon 1 for 1 with a single. Signed yesterday after Kyle Pollock went on the disabled list with a bicep injury. Hagan has his sign. He's setting the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1 to McKeon. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things catcher. Hagan setting the 1-0. And that's high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 score. Hagan looking in. He has his sign. He's setting the 2-0. And this one fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. McKeon played in the Boston Red Sox organization last season, as he signed as a backup catcher. Eddie Sarando had caught 4 straight games before the signing of McKeon. Hagan set the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts already here in the bottom of the 5th, and we talked about it coming into this inning that the Wild Things have done a good job of not striking out so far. Hagan a lot of strikeouts on the year, 7 already. He's setting the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. So as we talked about it, Hagan strikes out the side here in the 5th. 1-2-3 go the Wild Things. And after 5 innings of play, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going into the top of the 6th, score 1-1 between the Lake Erie Crushers and the Washington Wild Things. Chase Cunningham out there for his 6th inning of work, as Cunningham looking to better what he did his last time out, as he started in the 3rd game of the series against Gateway. He did get the win, but only went 5 innings, giving up 4 runs in that contest. So out there for the 6th inning of work, already besting his last outing and looking to keep it going. He's allowed 1 run on 4 hits on the night. Due up for the Lake Erie Crushers in this inning will be Max Casper, Connor Oliver, and Parks Jordan. And fans, don't forget about the Antonio Brown Softball Challenge, which will be contested at Consol Energy Park on June 11th. Tickets for the event are available at the box office or online. For more information, give them a call at 866-456-WILD. Come out and see some of your favorite stars in the Softball Challenge right here at Consol Energy Park. It'll be a fun night as Max Casper steps in. Casper was batting in the top of the 5th when Parker Norris got thrown out trying to steal second base. Cunningham set the pitch. And this ball popped foul, no balls and a strike. Owen won the count to the Lake Erie shortstop. 1-1 the score here at Consol Energy Park, the home opener for the Wild Things. Cunningham set the 0-1. Bunting, and this one is popped up behind the plate and caught by McKeon, out number 1. Just a short pop-up that went right into the batter's box that Casper was standing in. McKeon just takes a couple steps to his left and retires him for out number 1 here in the 6th. And this will bring up the leadoff hitter, Connor Oliver. Oliver, the center fielder in tonight's ball game. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Cunningham doing a very nice job of limiting this Lake Erie offense, only allowing the 1 run. He's setting the pitch. And that's a strike, no balls and a strike. Oh, excuse me. 0-1 the count to the Lake Erie center fielder. Chase Cunningham into his 6th inning of work on the mound. He's setting the 0-1. This one grounded up the middle. Cunningham knocks it down, gets to it, and the recovery throw is in time. Nice play by Chase Cunningham, and that's out number 2. That ball was blistered, hit Cunningham on the arm, and he knocked it down between his legs. It rolled behind the mound. Cunningham with the good wherewithal to go around the mound and make the play for the 2nd out of the inning, and that'll bring up Parks Jordan, the left fielder. Jordan today 0 for 2. Both starting pitchers doing a nice job on the mound as Cunningham set the pitch. And that's a strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on Jordan. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Home opener for the Wild Things. Cunningham's 0-1 is line foul, so the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Cunningham, good control tonight. No walks in this game through the first 5 2/3 innings. He's set in the 0-2. That's way outside, ball 1. Tried to get Jordan Chase, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In fact, on the night, only 1 full count for Chase Cunningham against these Lake Erie Crushers. He's set in the 1-2. And that one fouled off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, that's been the key to Cunningham's longevity. He's really been efficient on the mound, putting the pitch where he wants it, getting early contact, and his defense is doing a nice job of making plays. Cunningham set in the 1-2. And that's high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the 6th. 1-1 the score between your Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Cunningham's 2-2. Checks his swing, doesn't go around, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count, the 2nd full count on the day. On deck, Jose Barraza for the Lake Erie Crushers. Cunningham set in the 3-2. And this one grounded to 2nd. Zizniewski has it, throwing to 1st, and that's out number 3. So 1-2-3 go the Crushers in the 6th. And after 5.5 the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. We'll be back on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball all season throughout the duration of the 2016 year.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back here, Washington Wild Things baseball from Consol Energy Park, the home opener for your Washington Wild Things. The score 1-1, tied between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Wild Things. And both pitchers, the same stat line, 1 run, 4 hits for the Crushers, 1 run, 4 hits for the Wild Things. So both pitchers going pitch for pitch on the mound, doing a nice job. As we enter the bottom of the 6th, due up for the Wild Things, John Zizniewski, Jamal Austin, and Austin Wobrock. So it'll be 9, 1, and 2 due up. And if you haven't heard, country artist Chris Young will be in concert at Consol Energy Park on August 25th. Tickets for that event are available through Ticketmaster.com. Chris Young, one of the up-and-coming country stars, performing here as part of his I'm Coming Over tour. Great show, so be planning on coming out to Consol Energy Park for that one. So John Zizniewski will step up, the second baseman. Zizniewski today 0 for 1, but was robbed of a hit by a great diving play by second baseman Brendan Constantino. He's been all over the field out there for Lake Erie. Hagan the lefty versus Newski the righty. He's setting the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls, one strike. 0-1 the count, bottom of the sixth. Pretty fast-moving game, 8:21 the time right now. Swinging fouled off, no balls, two strikes. As both pitchers working very efficiently, getting the ball, getting their sign, and throwing it to the plate. This is a pitcher's duel in the home opener. Hagan set the 0-2. And this one ground to the right side. Another diving play by Constantino. And again, Zizniewski robbed by the opposite second baseman. There's one out here in the bottom of the sixth. And that will bring up the center fielder, Jamal Austin. Austin, 1 for 1, single and an RBI. He also walked back in the first. Hagan looks in, he's setting the pitch. And that's high, ball one. And with his base hit today, Austin is now hitting 6 of the first 7 Wild Things games. He's setting the 1-0 from Hagan. And that's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Austin really turning into a really good leadoff hitter for these Washington Wild Things. Makes the opposing pitchers throw a lot of pitches and then gets his base hits from now and then and has the ability to steal. As this one's fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Jamal Austin, the batter, came into today hitting .208. No homers and an RBI. Added to that total today. Hagan setting the 1-2. And this one fouled off down that right field line. Hits the dessert den over there in right field. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Jamal Austin, the 5'9", 170-pound Atlanta, Georgia native. Versus Hagan. Hagan set the pitch. And swing and just gets a piece of this one is Austin, so the count remains 1-2. For Hagan, resides from Brecksville, Ohio. A returner to this Lake Erie Crushers team. He's done very well through the first 5 1/3 innings on the mound. As has Chase Cunningham through his first 6. Hagan set the pitch. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Action in the Lake Erie bullpen as Keegan Gaddotti is warming up. Hagan set the 2-2. And called strike 3. Jamal Austin set down on strikes, and they are now 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. And I'll bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Jamal Austin didn't like that call, has a few words for the home plate umpire as he walks back to his dugout. But Wobrock will step in. Wobrock 0 for 2 is hitting the 2 double plays. So let's see if he can do something here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 away. Hagan setting the pitch. That's way inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to the Wild Things shortstop. Tonight, a fireworks night at Consol Energy Park. Hagan the 1-0 is a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. As every Friday home game here at Consol Energy Park will feature fireworks after the game. So be sure to come out. You have a free Friday night. Fun time for the family here at Consol Energy as the pitch is fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things here from Consol Energy Park on opening day, or home opener, excuse me. Hagan the lefty versus Wobrock the lefty. Hagan set the 1-2. And Wobrock will foul this one back in the seats. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And in one of the keys of the game today, we talked about Austin Wobrock trying to become a more consistent hitter. As lefty on lefty, Hagan versus Wobrock. Hagan looks in, he's set, and the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 2-2, 2 away. Hagan looking in. He's set. And the pitch. And this one fouled away. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wobrock, the shortstop, at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Hagan set the 2-2. And Wobrock to the right center field gap and deep. Going over is Oliver, and he will make the catch in front of the track, and that's out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Wild Things in the 6th, and after 6 full, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going to the top of the 7th, tied score at 1-1, and the Wild Things have been retired in order for the last 2 innings by Stephen Hagan on the mound, and Chase Cunningham has retired the Lake Erie Crushers in order in the last inning, only allowed 1 hit in the 5th. Cunningham is very impressive on the mound so far for the Wild Things here in this game. Last time out, he only went 5 innings. Allowed 4 runs in his last outing today. He has allowed 1 run through 6 innings of work going into his 7th here. And here in the 7th, he'll be facing Jose Barraza, William Beckwith, and Juan Avila. Beckwith, the only blemish on Cunningham's record, is he allowed a solo shot back in the 4th inning that just barely got out of the park. It just went over the Think Green sign in center field. So nobody out. Top of the 7th, getting ready to get underway. Jose Barraza steps in. Barraza 0 for 2. And Clearview Federal Credit Union has branches in Canonsburg, McMurray, and all over southwestern Pennsylvania. Visit clearviewfcu.org to find one near you. Jose Barraza steps in to start the 7th. The lefty versus Cunningham, the righty. Barraza resides from Fresno, California, standing at 6'1", 220. Cunningham set the pitch. And that's outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Still no action in the Wild Things bullpen, so manager Greg Langman trusting Cunningham to go out and be consistent here in this inning. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Barraza. Cunningham setting the pitch. And that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Consistent with Cunningham's tendencies. We haven't seen a strikeout in this game. Lots of balls put in play. Defense doing a nice job in the field. The 1-1 coming from Cunningham. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. That one's in the dirt. Cunningham last time out only 1 strikeout in 5 innings of work against the Gateway Grizzlies. Picked up the victory in that game. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Righty on lefty. Cunningham setting the 1-2. And just outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on the Lake Erie catcher. 1-1 score here in the top of the 7th. On the home opener from Consol Energy Park, Cunningham set the 2-2 pitch. And this one grounded to second. Wisniewski out on the outfield grass has it. Throw on to Yezo at first, and that's 1 away. Another quick out here. 5-pitch at bat for Jose Barraza, and that'll bring up William Beckwith. Beckwith providing the only offense for Lake Erie on the day, as he hit the solo home run that got them on the board and tied this game at 1. Has 2 of his team's 4 hits. He's also doubled. So Beckwith with 1 out. Cunningham will try to retire him. Beckwith entered today only hitting 174, but turning it on offensively. Cunningham set in the first pitch. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count to Beckwith. Cunningham looks into McKeon. He has assigned the 1-0. And inside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count to the Lake Erie first baseman. 1-1 the score here in the top of the 7th. Cunningham set the 2-0. And this one fouled off. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count from Consol Energy Park. A nice crowd here for opening day, almost at full capacity. Lots of fans coming out to support their Washington Wild Things as they start this 2016 season. Cunningham set the 2-1. That's in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Beckwith, and Beckwith has just been a guy that Cunningham can't get out today. Has allowed 2 hits to him already, and now in a 3-1 count. He's been behind Beckwith all day. Beckwith putting together some good at-bats for Lake Erie. Cunningham looks into McKeon. He's setting the 3-1. And this one grounded foul, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 1 out. Juan Avila due up next for the Crushers. As Beckwith with the full count. Cunningham trying to get him out. Cunningham set the 3-2. And this one up the middle. A diving stop, and it's into center field. Beckwith's 3rd hit of the night. And he's just been a guy up there that Cunningham hasn't been able to get out. He's fallen behind him in all 3 at-bats. And Beckwith laces that one up the middle for his 3rd hit of the night. And that'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Juan Avila. Avila is 0 for 2. Beckwith has 3 of his team's 5 hits. The other 2 hits belonging to Connor Oliver to start the game and Parker Norris. So lefty on lefty. As Beckwith at first. Not a speed guy by any means out there on the base paths. No stolen bases this year. Cunningham checks him. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on Juan Avila. Cunningham set in the 0-1. Beckwith fakes. This one's lined to second. Play by Wisniewski. They're going to... No! It hits off the helmet of Beckwith. They almost had Beckwith doubled off. So a line out to second base, and the throw back by Wisniewski hit William Beckwith in the helmet. So Yezo was not able to field the ball. Beckwith moves up to second now with 2 away, and that'll bring up Daniel Aldrich. A good play by John Wisniewski. Good awareness to throw back to first, but just couldn't get the throw over William Beckwith sliding back in. As Aldrich steps in, the right fielder, he's 0 for 2. He's flown out in his first 2 at-bats. Chase Cunningham, 6 2/3 innings so far, just the 1 run on 5 hits. Colin Stanley warming up in the bullpen for your Wild Things. 1-1 score here in the home opener. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. Cunningham setting the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here on Aldrich. As Cunningham looking to get through this 7th. Done a good job so far. Just allowing the hit to Beckwith. Cunningham has his sign. Checks Beckwith at second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes as it's in the dirt. And this is just what you wanted from your starter, Chase Cunningham, in this ball game. Connor Kendrick, a little rough outing in yesterday's contest against Joliet, only going 4 2/3. Cunningham coming out, giving your bullpen some nice rest as he's trying to get through his 7th inning. Cunningham set, and the 0-2. And it's fly ball to left field. Going into foul territory is Heck. He will camp under it and make the catch. And that's out number 3. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. And after 6.5, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th, 1-1 the score between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Very fast-moving game as both starting pitchers working quickly on the mound and only allowing the one run. Chase Cunningham becomes the first Wild Things pitcher to throw 7 innings in a start this 2016 season. He has been lights out on the mound. 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits allowed. And he's just done a great job all around on the mound, giving the Wild Things a good start they need. Due up for the Wild Things here in the 7th inning will be Jimmy Yezzo, Dave Popkins, and Andrew Heck. So 3, 4, and 5 looking to get Cunningham some run support, as Hagan has been equally impressive for the Lake Erie Crushers. 1 run for Hagan on 5 hits and no errors for this Crushers team. Yezzo steps in. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Had the big home run that tied the game in last night's ball game. Hagan looks into his catcher, has his sign, he's setting the pitch. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Thing first baseman. 1-0 the count, nobody out from Consol Energy Park. Here's Hagan's 1-0. That's high ball 2 as Yezzo checked his swing and wisely laid off. 2-0 the count, nobody out. Wild Things a comeback win over the Joliet Slammers last night, winning 7-5. Looking to take the lead here in the late going. Here's Hagan's 2-0. And Yezzo fouls it off. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count as it goes back towards the C tier under the press box. 2 balls, 1 strike to Yezzo. Hagan set the 2-1. Yezzo again fouls this one off back behind the stadium this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I-70 sits right behind Consol Energy Park here. As you hear the cars driving by while you're watching the baseball game. Got to watch out for some of those foul balls, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Yezzo strikes out, but the ball's in the dirt, so Marazza will throw on to first to complete the strikeout. Strikeout and a 2-3 putout. Has 1 away for the Wild Things here in the 7th, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins today 0 for 2. Strikeout and grounded into a double play. As he looks to get something going in the 7th. Still action in the Lake Erie bullpen. Here's the pitch. And Popkins fouls this one off behind the seats. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Stephen Hagan on the mound in his 7th inning of work. Cunningham's thrown 7 innings himself. Hagan set the 0-1. That's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 the score between Lake Erie and Washington. Hagan the 1-1. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the 7th game of this Frontier League season, Washington entered with a record of 3-3. Lake Erie entered with a record of 5-0. Hagan set the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one started out in the middle of the plate and then went low and inside and got Popkins chasing. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the cleanup man in this Wild Things order. As Hagan back on the mound, he looks, he's set, and the 2-2. And just outside, ball 3. Count goes full to Popkins. Andrew Heck, the on-deck batter. Popkins, the 3-2 coming from Hagan. And high ball 4. So a 1-out walk gives the Wild Things a base runner here. And it'll bring up Andrew Heck. Heck 0 for 2. Grounded out to the pitcher in both at-bats tonight. And that'll bring a meeting to the mound. We'll see what Crushers manager will do. See if it's a pitching change or just a mound meeting. The Crushers managed by Chris Mongiardo. Chris has coached in the Frontier League for 9 seasons. He started in the league in 2001, coaching the Richmond Roosters. He was the bench coach and part of back-to-back championship teams during that 2001 and 2002 seasons. He then managed the Roosters during their final 3 seasons of existence. He was the Crushers pitching coach in 2014 and led the best pitching staff the Crushers have had in the team's 5-year history. So a good track record for Chris Mogiardo of the Lake Erie Crushers. Started out this season with a record of 5-0. As Hagan checks Popkins at first. And the pitch to Heck. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to the Wild Things left fielder. Getting late. Score tied 1-1. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Hagan setting the pitch. Heck fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Or 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 the score. Both pitchers have held the opposing team scoreless. Last run came in the 4th inning on the Beckwith home run. The pitch. That's high ball 2. 2 balls and a strike that counts the Wild Things left fielder. Popkins the runner at first. He reached after a 1-out walk. The Wild Things looking to do something offensively. Hagan set. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Heck went chasing on that one. Hagan so far 6 1/3. 1 run, 4 hits allowed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hagan stares into his catcher, has his sign, checks Popkins at first to the 2-2. And this one, again, chopped to the mound. Hagan gets it, throws on the first, and for the 3rd time in this game, Andrew Heck has grounded out to the pitcher. Meanwhile, Popkins moves up to second with 2 away. Only the 2nd Wild Things base runner to reach scoring position in this game. The last one was Alex McKeon. And now coming to the mound, that will be it for Stephen Hagan. And with that pitching change, we'll take a break. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on the MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Dave Popkins currently the runner at second base for the Wild Things. And a pitching change for the Lake Erie Crushers. Mike Devine will take the mound. It's a record of 2-0. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, allows 1 hit, no runs on the season in 3 games. He also started 1 in 6 innings of work. So Devine's 4th appearance of the season, and he will face Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez coming off the DL today. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. As Rodriguez looks to make his first game of the 2016 season a big one if he could drive in Popkins. Devine looks in, has his sign, he's set. And the pitch coming. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike to Rodriguez. 0-1 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 the score between the Crushers and your Wild Things. Devine set. Checks second. The 0-1. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to the Wild Things DH. Ricky Rodriguez, a member of the Amarillo Thunderheads last season. Devine set. The 1-1. And this one lined to left field, and it will carry out to the left fielder. And that's out number 3. A sharp line drive hit by Ricky Rodriguez, but unfortunately right at the left fielder. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on for the Wild Things. After 7, the score. The Wild Things 1, Lake Erie Crushers 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Pitching change for your Washington Wild Things as Colin Stanley will enter the game in relief of Chase Cunningham. Stanley on the year, appearing in his 3rd game for the Washington Wild Things. 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit allowed. Has not allowed a run yet on the season. But Chase Cunningham, phenomenal on the mound tonight. Allowed 1 run over 7 innings of work. On 5 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Just what you wanted from your starter on a night that Connor Kendrick last night only went 4 2/3 innings. You needed length from your starter, and Cunningham gave the Wild Things just that. Unfortunately, he won't factor in to the win on this one, but he will sit and watch and see if his bullpen can hold this score where it is, and the offense can get 1 more run to get the victory. On Thursdays, fans can enjoy several special offers. The Wild Things are offering a 2-for-1 tickets. Stop by the box office to get yours. And in addition, there is a 4 for $44 offer. It includes 4 reserved seat tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, 4 small soft drinks. Normally a $76 package, just $44 every Thursday that the Wild Things are home throughout the 2016 season. This 3-game series with the Lake Erie Crushers continues tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Matt Frauden will take the hill for your Wild Things, his first start of the 2016 season. As the score currently tied 1-1, and Stanley will be facing Brendan Constantino, Parker Norris, and Max Casper. 7, 8, 9 hitters in this Crusher order. 1-1 the score here in the top of the 8th. Very fast-moving game. It's just an hour and 45 minutes to get through 7 innings. As Colin Stanley takes the mound, righty on righty as he faced Constantino. Constantino 0 for 2 today. Stanley set, and the pitch. And a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 the count on Constantino. As Colin Stanley, his 3rd appearance for the Wild Things. Hasn't allowed a run on the season. Stanley's 0-1. That's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Constantino making a couple great defensive plays in the field, robbing his fellow second baseman John Zizniewski of 2 base hits. Stanley set, and the 1-1. And this one hit to center field. Austin taking a couple steps to his right and the right center, and he'll make the catch. 1 away here in the 8th. So the good pitching continues for the Washington Wild Things as Parker Norris, the designated hitter, will step in. Norris 1 for 2 today. As 1-1 the score, both pitching staffs doing a good job. The starters going 7 and 6 2/3 respectively. Cunningham getting through 7 for the Wild Things. Stanley set, and the pitch. Norris, ground ball towards the middle. Zizniewski goes to his left. He fields it, throws on the first, and that's out number 2. So a 1 pitch out here gets the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Max Casper, the shortstop. That's been the key, really, for both these pitching staffs. They're throwing the ball in the zone, the ball's getting put in play, and the defense is doing a good job of corralling it. So, not a lot of fancy stuff going on, but it's efficient baseball. 1-1 the score, top of the 8th. In the home opener here at Consol Energy Park. Stanley setting the pitch. And a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Max Casper on the day, 0 for 2, out at shortstop. The Crushers entered this game 5-0. Wild Things entered 3-3. Stanley's 1-0. And it's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count. 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Stanley looking in. Has his sign from McKeon. He's set, and the 2-0. And that's low ball 3. So after retiring the first 2 batters on 4 pitches, a 3-0 count here to the shortstop, Max Casper. Stanley, the righty, looks in. He's set, the 3-0. And that's low ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Max Casper with 2 outs gives the Lake Erie Crushers a base runner and brings up the center fielder, Connor Oliver. Oliver, 1 for 3 today with a single back in the first. As Casper, the runner at first, with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. 1-1 the score. Home opener here at Consol Energy Park, right here on the MSA Sports Network. Game 2 of this series can be heard tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch. Stanley set, pitch coming. And this ball lined to right field. Popkins, couple steps over to his right. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 3. So no runs, a hit, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left in the inning. After 7.5, the score, Lake Erie 1, your Wild Things 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. Mike Devine staying out there for the 8th inning. Got the last out in the 7th for the Lake Erie Crushers. Due up for the Wild Things here in the 8th will be Grant Fink, Alex McKeon, and John Zizniewski. Trying to get that 1-run advantage on the board as we enter the bottom of the 8th here at the home opener at Consol Energy Park, set for an exciting finish for your Washington Wild Things between their Lake Erie Crushers. The Wild Things are offering a flex plan promotion. Get a 12-ticket plan for the price of a 10-ticket plan. Flex plans are great for people who have hectic schedules and can't take advantage of a typical season ticket package because they're not sure which games they can attend. A flex plan gets you ticket vouchers at a reduced cost, and you can redeem them whenever it's convenient for you. Call the box office today for more information. Lots of exciting baseball happening here at Consol Energy Park. 1-1 the score in the bottom of the 8th between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers, as the Wild Things looking to get a 1-run advantage here so they can take it in the 9th and go for the victory. Warming up in the bullpen for the Wild Things is... there is action out there. As that's Lake Erie's bullpen out there. There is action out there. That's Colby Moore warming up for Lake Erie. 1-1 the score here, bottom 8. As Grant Fink leads things off for your Wild Things. Fink today 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Action in the Wild Things bullpen, Andrew Wick warming up in case the Wild Things would take the lead, the closer. So Grant Fink the batter, righty on righty against Mike Devine. Devine looks in, he has his sign, he's set. And the pitch to Fink. And high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to the Wild Things third baseman. As he's looking to get the inning started. Devine set. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. A big hack there by Grant Fink. And for Fink, his problem at the plate has been strikeouts. He struck out 10 times coming into this game, now 11 with his strikeout today. As he looks to straighten things out at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Devine set in the pitch. And Fink takes ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, bottom 8. Lake Erie and Washington tied at 1. As Cunningham, a great start for the Wild Things. Stephen Hagan, a nice start for the Crushers. Devine set, the 2-1. And that's inside ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, and for Fink, just get on any way you can and get something started here in the 8th. A walk will do the trick. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's Devine's pitch. And Fink pops it up in foul territory. Avila going over towards the bullpen, and he's called off by Max Casper, and Casper will make the catch, out number 1 here in the 8th. But with 1 away, that'll bring up Alex McKeon. McKeon today, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. And the Wild Things have been retired. Were retired in order in the 5th and 6th inning. They had a base runner on the walk last inning, as McKeon looks to get something going in the 8th. Just reaching 9 o'clock Eastern time here. So we're in the bottom of the 8th with 1 away. Devine setting the pitch. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. McKeon 1 for 4 in last night's game. His first game as a Wild Thing. Devine set. And the 1-0. And that's high ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count to the Wild Things catcher. McKeon 1 homer, 2 RBIs a year ago for the Boston Red Sox organization. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Mike Devine on the hill, righty on righty. Devine looks in, has his sign, he's set. And the 2-0 coming. And that's a strike. 2 balls and a strike just at the letters. 2-1 here. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Devine looking into his catcher Barraza. Has his sign. He's set. And the 2-1. And that's low ball 3. Second 3-ball count of the inning for Devine, as it's 3-1 here. Colby Moore in the bullpen for Lake Erie. Devine has his sign. He's set. And the 3-1. And this one chopped and will roll foul, so the count goes full 3-2. John Zizniewski, the batter, on deck. And the Crushers let it roll all the way to first base before it went foul. So McKeon will go back. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Zizniewski, the on-deck batter, has been robbed twice today. Alex McKeon signed before yesterday's game as Kyle Pollock went on the DL with a bicep injury. McKeon providing a second catcher on this Wild Things team. Mike Devine, the righty, versus Alex McKeon, the righty. Devine looks in. He's set. The 3-2. And a swing and a miss by McKeon. He strikes out, and there are 2 away in the 8th. So with 2 gone, that brings up the second baseman, John Zizniewski. And you got to think Zizniewski's due. He's been robbed twice of base hits by Brendan Constantino at second base. 2 diving plays. So for Zizniewski, looking to tally a hit on the board. He should have 2, but he has none. Zizniewski came into this game hitting .083. No luck for him this year so far. Devine setting the pitch. And this ball hit to right field. Camping under it and making the catch will be Aldrich, and that is out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Wild Things here in the 8th. On to the 9th. The score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Top of the 9th. No score, or 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Colin Stanley out there for his second inning of work. Last inning, Stanley faced 4 batters, got the first 2 out, walked Max Casper with 2 outs, and then got Connor Oliver to fly out to end the inning. Here in the 9th, facing Parks Jordan, Jose Barraza, and William Beckwith. As the Wild Things look to get this one to the bottom of the ninth, looking for a walk-off winner on this home opener here at Consol Energy Park. Fans, Wednesdays are bucket hat days at the park this summer. For $15, you can get a reserved seat and a Wild Things bucket hat. What a great deal. Come out to Washington Wild Things Consol Energy Park. Get a bucket hat on Wednesday nights. The first bucket hat night, a doubleheader against the Windy City Thunderbolts. This Wednesday, May 25th. It'll be the first two games of a three-game series with Windy City. And leading off the ninth for the Lake Erie Crushers will be Parks Jordan. Jordan today 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flew out to left field in the first inning. Stanley looking in. He's set. And the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike on Parks Jordan. Both pitching staffs doing a nice job today as the starters are out. Chase Cunningham, 7 innings for your Wild Things. Only 1 run on 5 hits. Colin Stanley, the second man to work. Stanley set the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Stanley in his 2 outings this season, 2 strikeouts and 2 innings of work. So averaging a strikeout an inning. Stanley set the 0-2. And this ball hit foul off to the left, and it'll go back into the seats foul. Count 6 at 0-2. For Stanley, or Turner for these Washington Wild Things, 6-0, 175 from Hartville, Ohio. Stanley looks into McKeon, has his sign. He's set, the 0-2. And a called strike 3. He strikes out Parks Jordan. There's 1 out here in the top of the ninth. So with 1 away, that'll bring up the catcher, Jose Barraza. Barraza 0 for 3, grounded out to second in all 3 at-bats. 1 away, top 9. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. As Colin Stanley, the righty, facing Barraza, the lefty. Wild Things in the shift. John Zizniewski all the way out in the right field grass as the pitch is grounded that way, and Zizniewski won't get it. It's by him, a base hit. So a 1-out single. The 6th hit of the day for the Lake Erie Crushers gives them a 1-out base runner and brings up William Beckwith, who's been a tough out today. 3 for 3. Double, homer, single. It's a triple away from the cycle as he will face Colin Stanley with 1 away in the top of the ninth. Beckwith, we said, entered the day only hitting 174 and has broke out offensively tonight. Stanley looking in. He's set, and the first pitch coming. And it's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count, 1 out here in the top of the ninth. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Stanley set. And the 1-0. And this one grounded short. Nice play by Austin Wobrock. Steps on second for 1. On to first. A double play. What a play by Austin Wobrock. Sliding to a knee. Making the stop. Getting taken out at second base. And still making an accurate throw to first. What a play by Austin Wobrock. That ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. After 8.5 the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. Looking for a walk-off winner from Consol Energy Park. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. Is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
Bottom of the ninth here, 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. New pitcher for the Crushers is Colby Moore coming into the game to work the ninth, and he will be tasked with facing the top of the order, Jamal Austin, Austin Wobrock, and Jimmy Yezzo. Your Wild Things looking for a walk-off winner here at Consol Energy Park. And on Sundays, bring your church bullets into the park, and we'll give you a $2 discount on your tickets. So go to a nice Sunday morning mass, and then bring that bulletin here to Consol Energy, and you get $2 off. Nice deal here. As Colby Moore warming up, Jamal Austin has reached base twice today. He's 1 for 2 with a single RBI and a walk. He's also struck out. Bottom of the ninth, Wild Things looking for a walk-off here at Consol Energy Park, trying to send these fans home happy. Jamal Austin entered today hitting .208, 1 for 2 in this contest. Moore looking in. He's set. The pitch to Austin. This one fouled off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Bottom 9. Jamal Austin looking to get things started. Moore set. And the 0-1. This one ground to the right side. Base hit. So Jamal Austin gets things started. A leadoff base runner for your Wild Things with nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. And that'll bring up the man who made a fantastic play to end the top of the ninth. Austin Wobrock made a sliding stop, fielded the ball, got to second, got taken out by the runner Barraza running to second base, and still made an accurate throw to first base to end the inning. Wobrock on the day 0 for 3, hitting the 2 double plays, and is flown out. Austin, the runner at first, a speed threat, stolen 3 bases on the year. Checks the pitch. Wobrock bunting, and this one goes foul. No balls, 1 strike to count to the Wild Things shortstop. Trying to play some small ball. So Wobrock was going to sacrifice Austin. The lefty Wobrock versus the lefty Moore. Moore set, Wobrock squares. Here's the pitch. Wobrock gets the bunt down. Might not be enough. It is, as Jamal Austin gets to second. Sack bunt for Austin Wobrock, and the Wild Things have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and it's the speedster and Jamal Austin in at second base, and it brings up Jimmy Yezzo. Yezzo, the game-tying home run in last night's contest against the Joliet Slammers, and out comes a meeting at the mound for Lake Erie. As Jimmy Yezzo, a solo shot, tied the game yesterday. Jamal Austin at second. He reached on a single. The sack bunt moves him over. So the Wild Things looking for their first win here at Consol Energy Park on opening day of the home schedule. Jimmy Yezzo the batter, lefty on lefty. Austin the runner at second. 1-1 the score. Yezzo looking to come through big here. Talked to him before the game. He likes batting against left-handers, so we'll see if this is a good matchup for him. Moore set in the pitch. And a called strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Yezzo the batter. Jamal Austin at second. He reached on a single to start this inning. Moore set. The 0-1. And called strike 2 on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes the count to the Wild Things first baseman. Yezzo, 2 RBIs on the year. Both big. One tied the game in last night's, and one gave him insurance on opening day. The pitch. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Jamal Austin, the runner at second. Moved over on a sack bunt by Austin Wobrock. Moore set. The 1-2. And Yezzo pops this one up. Foul territory. And it will be caught by the third baseman Avila, 2 away. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. That brings up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins trying to stop this game from going to extra innings. And there will be a pitching change here, as that'll be it for Colby Moore. While the Lake Erie Crushers make a change, we'll take a break here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, Good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Bottom of the ninth, pitching change for the Lake Erie Crushers. That'll be Trevor Longfellow on the mound. Longfellow, the 6'0", 210-pound right-hander from San Bernardino, California. And he will face the switch hitter, Dave Popkins. Popkins, a very capable bat to end this game. He led the team in home runs and RBIs a year ago. See if he can come through with some two-out magic for the Wild Things. As Longfellow takes the mound, Popkins batting lefty here. Longfellow looks in, has his sign, he's set. And checks Austin the pitch. Inside ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things right fielder. Popkins today 0 for 2 with a walk. Longfellow set. The 1-0. High ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Nice stop back there by Barraza, as the ball might have went to the backstop if he didn't make the play. Runner at second, Jamal Austin. He reached after a single to lead off the inning. Longfellow, the righty, versus Popkins, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. Longfellow looks into the catcher, Barraza. Has his sign. He's set. Checks second, the 2-0. Swing and a miss by Popkins. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. For Popkins, all he has to do is put the ball in play and let Austin run. If he can get the ball up the middle, Austin could score and end this game. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Longfellow set. The pitch. Low ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Dave Popkins. Andrew Heck, the on-deck batter. Longfellow looking in, has his sign, he's set. The 3-1. Low ball 4. So Popkins will walk, and that'll bring up Andrew Heck. Heck today 0 for 3, grounded out to the pitcher in all 3 at-bats. Looking to come through. Heck batting 111, coming into this game. Or excuse me, he's batting 100, 1 for 10. Looking to drive Austin in from second. Righty on righty. Longfellow steps off, doesn't like his sign. Get back on the rubber. Jamal Austin at second. He reached on a single to lead off the inning. Popkins at first after the walk. Longfellow set the pitch. Called strike. No balls, 1 strike to count on Heck. Heck, a .299 hitter last year. Looking to put one up the middle or into one of the gaps. There's a big hole on the left side with Casper holding Austin close to second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, bottom of the ninth. 1-1 score between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. 2 on, 2 outs. Is Andrew Heck looking to come through. Crowd getting into it. Longfellow set. The 0-2. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good take there by Heck. Heck in his 4th year with the Washington Wild Things. Signed on this offseason. One of the veterans on this team. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Longfellow set. The pitch. Heck fouls it off, just stays alive, 1-2. Ricky Rodriguez would be next if Heck can reach. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-1 score between your Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Longfellow set. Here's the pitch. And this ball hit and just foul into the seats. Count remains 1-2. Andrew Heck trying to be the hero. 1 homer, 16 RBIs a year ago. As Barraza will go out to talk to his pitcher. Heck only appeared in 4 games this year for the Wild Things, as he got 2 games off in the Joliet series, hitting 1 for 10, 100 on the year. Looking to come through with a big hit here in the bottom of the 9th. Austin can run, so if this ball gets to the outfield, there's a shot that this game could be over. Longfellow set. The 1-2. Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes as it's low. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Bottom 9. Tie game between the Lake Erie Crushers and the Washington Wild Things. Longfellow the righty versus Heck the righty. Longfellow looking in. He's set. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Handled there. Throw on to first, and that is out number 3. So we're going to extra innings here for Consol Energy Park. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2-man left. And after 9, the score, Lake Erie 1, your Wild Things 1. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
Back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball, going to the top of the 10th. The score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. First extra inning game of the year for the Washington Wild Things. Colin Stanley still out there for his 3rd inning of work. He's done a nice job out of the bullpen. Here in the 10th, he'll face Juan Avila, Daniel Aldrich, and Brandon Constantino. Hey fans, Washington County's got something for you. Indoors, outdoors, history, sports, gaming, shopping. This is the place for your next adventure. Brought to you by Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Visit them at visitwashingtoncountypa.com. Colin Stanley in, facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in this Crusher order. Trying to keep them off the board one more time. Still a fast-moving game, even though we're in the 10th, only 9:15 Eastern. Colin Stanley taking on Juan Avila. Avila 0 for 3 today. So both pitching staffs have shown up to play today, holding the offenses to 1 run apiece. Stanley looking in, has his sign. He's set, and the pitch. Way outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the count to the batter, Avila. Stanley looking to keep the Crushers off the board here in the 10th. Stanley looks into McKeon, has his sign, he's set. And the 1-0. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out, top of the 10th. 1-1 between Lake Erie and Washington. Stanley looks in, has his sign, he's set. And the 2-0 coming. This one grounded to third. Fink makes a nice play, spins and throws to first, and that's out number 1. 1 away here in the 10th on 3 pitches, and that'll bring up Daniel Aldrich, the right fielder. Aldrich today 0 for 3. He's flown out in all 3 at-bats. And we thought Chase Cunningham was impressive through 7 innings. Colin Stanley impressive here through his first 2 1/3 innings of relief. Came in the 8th inning for the Wild Things. Only pitched an inning apiece in his first 2 outings, and here He is pitching well on the mound. The first pitch. That's inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Andrew Wick up in the bullpen for the Wild Things. Wild Things have used 2 pitchers in this game. Crushers have used 4. Stanley set in the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 10th. Colin Stanley facing Daniel Aldrich. Stanley set and the 1-1. And this ball popped up. Zizniewski traveling out to right field. He'll camp under it and make the catch. That's out number 2. 2 away here in the 10th, and that'll bring up Brendan Constantino. Constantino 0 for 3 on the night, but has made some great defensive plays in the field to save Lake Erie from giving up more than 1 run. Colin Stanley, however, 2 2/3 out of the bullpen. Has only given up 1 hit. Stanley set the pitch. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 10th. Stanley set, the 1-0. This one grounded towards the middle. Wobrock handles it. Throw on to first, and that is out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Crushers here in the 10th. On to the bottom of the 10th, looking for a walk-off winner. The score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIAL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIAL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIAL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball, going to the bottom of the 10th. Wild Things looking for a walk-off winner. New pitcher for the Lake Erie Crushers. It'll be Chandler Jagodzinski. Jagodzinski in his 7th game this year leads the team in appearances. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits. Has given up 1 run. It wasn't earned. He will be facing for the Wild Things Ricky Rodriguez, Grant Fink, and Alex McKeon, as the Wild Things look for a walk-off winner here on their home opener. Hey fans, you know you can receive $100 when you open a new checking account with Clearview Federal Credit Union. Visit them at clearviewfcu.org for more details. Ricky Rodriguez stepping in. His first day off the disabled list, 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout. Rodriguez coming back from a leg injury today as he goes for his 4th at-bat of the night. 1 for 3 today. Jagodzinski looks in. He's set. Pitch to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez pops the first pitch up. Coming in as the center fielder, Oliver, and he will make the catch, out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 10th for your Wild Things, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Grant Fink. Fink today 0 for 3, as he looks to get something for the Wild Things. Bottom of the 10th, Wild Things looking for a walk-off winner here against Lake Erie. 1-1 the score. Andrew Wick still in the bullpen. Looks like he'll pitch if this game goes to 11. Jagodzinski set. And the pitch. And it's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things third baseman. Fink 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Looking to get on here. 1 ball, no strikes. Jagodzinski setting the pitch. And that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count, 1 out here from Washington, Pennsylvania at Consol Energy Park. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and the Washington Wild Things. Jagodzinski has his sign. He's set. The 1-1 coming. And that's high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Fink. Fink, no homers and an RBI on the season. Hitting 176. No homers, 3 RBIs, excuse me. Jagodzinski set. The 2-1 coming. And that's way inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 10th. Grant Fink looking to get on base here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Let's go Wild Things chant starts here at Consol Energy. Jagodzinski's 3-1. This one's fouled off. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Alex McKeon on deck. The catcher. Fink trying to get on base here to set something up. 3-2 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 10th. Jagodzinski set. The 3-2 coming. And a swing and a miss. Fink strikes out. His second strikeout of the day, and that'll bring up Alex McKeon. McKeon 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts. McKeon signed yesterday, a hit in yesterday's ball game, 1 hit today. Looking to get on here with 2 away to try to get something started. Jagodzinski has his sign. He's set. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No, says the field umpire. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Wild Things have had some opportunities late, haven't capitalized. McKeon, 1 home run a year ago. Jagodzinski's 1-0. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, says the field umpire again. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count to the Wild Things catcher. Bottom 10, 2 outs, 1-1 the score. Jagodzinski looks in. He's set the 2-0. McKeon to the right side, foul. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count, 2 outs here, bottom of the 10th. 1-1 the score. McKeon, the catcher for the Wild Things, is the batter. Jagodzinski set. The 2-1. And McKeon fouls it off. Count goes even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Alex McKeon just signed on yesterday, replacing Kyle Pollock on the roster. Pollock goes to the DL. Jagodzinski set. The 2-2. McKeon, ground ball back to the mound. Jagodzinski has it, flipped to first, and that's out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Wild Things in the 10th. We're going to inning number 11. The score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. We'll be right back on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute? That keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here, top of the 11th here at Consol Energy Park, as the new pitcher for the Washington Wild Things will be Andrew Wick, taking over on the mound for Colin Stanley here in the 11th. The 3rd pitcher used by the Wild Things on this night. Wick has appeared in 3 games for the Wild Things, has 2 saves, has a 6 ERA, struck out 1, walked 2, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned in 2 games on the mound this year. Stanley, 3 shutout innings out of the bullpen, pitching the 8th, 9th, and 10th in this game, allowing just 1 hit while walking a batter and striking 1 out. So good work out of the bullpen for Colin Stanley. Now it's Andrew Wick's turn. Wick facing Norris, Casper, and Oliver here in the 11th. And due to time constraints, the Lake Erie Crushers will have a runner at second to start the inning. So Andrew Wick comes into a situation to start the inning where Lake Erie will have a runner at second base. Here in the Frontier League, if you go deep into extra innings due to time constraints, you start with a runner at second base. So out there at second base is Brendan Constantino, and that'll bring up Parker Norris. This is done to if there's no scoring, to try to give an advantage to the offense in extra innings. We're on the 11th inning here. 1-1 the score, and the inning starts with a runner at second and nobody out. Constantino will be out there for the Lake Erie Crushers, and Andrew Wick will be facing Parker Norris. Norris today 1 for 3. Wick looks in. He's set. Checks second. The pitch. Grounded foul. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to Parker Norris. Nobody out, and as per rule here in the Frontier League, a runner starts at second base here in the 11th. As Constantino's right there. He's the guy who made the last out in the 10th inning. Wick looks in. Has his sign from McKeon. He's set. Checks second base. And the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here on the designated hitter for Lake Erie. 1-1 the score here in the top of the 11th. The runner on second, Constantino, starts the inning there due to the late inning. Wick checks him, the 0-2. And this one line foul. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, nobody out. The Wild Things closer on the hill, Andrew Wick. 1-2-3 outing in his appearance last night as he picked up the save. Constantino out at second. He started the inning there as per the rules. Wick set, checks him. Here's the 0-2. That's high ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Norris. As Wick looks into McKeon. He has his sign. He's set. And the 1-2 coming. That's outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brendan Constantino, the runner at second. He's out there because after you go to 10 innings, you get a runner at second base due to time constraints, the time to try to speed up the game. Wick looks in. He's set. Checks second, the 2-2 coming. Swing and a chopper, foul. So the count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, nobody out. 1-1 the score between the Lake Erie Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Wick on the mound, a 6 ERA this season. 4 runs, 2 earned in 3 innings of work. Wick looks in, he's set. And the 2-2 coming. That's in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wick has had some trouble on the mound this season. Looking to straighten it out here in the 11th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Constantino at second. Wick looks in, he's set. Checks him out there. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Wick gets the strikeout, 1 away here in the 11th. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Max Casper. Casper today 0 for 2 with a walk. As Wick out there trying to get to the bottom of the 11th and get the Wild Things to the bat racks. Wick looks in. He's set. Checks second. And the pitch coming. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Here to Max Casper. Righty on righty. Wick versus Casper. One out. Top of the 11th. 1-1 the score. Wick checks second. Here's the pitch. Runner taking off for third. Pitch grounded to third. Past a diving Fink. Constantino around third. He will score. And the Lake Erie Crushers take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 11th. Getting the benefit of that runner at second base with time constraints. He took off for third. And as Fink was going to cover the base, the ball was hit just too far to his right. A single for Max Casper, an RBI. And the Wild Things now down 2-1. And that'll bring up Connor Oliver, the center fielder. 2-1 the score. Lake Erie leads now. Wick set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. One out here in the top of the 11th. Wild Things now down 2-1 to the Lake Erie Crushers. No balls, one strike, one out. Wick checks first. He's set. The 0-1 coming. And this one hit foul off to the left. Fink giving chase. He's not going to get to it. No balls, two strikes. 0-2 the count. One out here in the top of the 11th. Lake Erie leads 2-1 over the Wild Things. RBI single by Max Casper drove in the run. The only hit is in late extra innings in the Frontier League. You get a runner at second due to time constraints. Wick looking into his catcher, McKeon. Checks first, he's set. The 0-2 coming. And a ground ball to first. Yezo has it, steps on the bag, and that's the only out they'll get. Or nope, it goes foul. The count remains 0-2. I thought it was a fair ball. No balls, two strikes, one out. Top 11. Lake Erie leads 2-1. Connor Oliver, the lefty, versus Wick, the righty. Wick looks over at first. He's set. And the 0-2 coming. Swing and a miss. Wick strikes him out. The second strikeout of the inning for Wick. And that'll bring up Parks Jordan, the left fielder. Jordan today, 0 for 4. Wick looking into McKeon. Has his sign. He's set. And the pitch coming. Throw over to first. And Casper's back. Casper reached on a one-out single as he drove in the runner Constantino, who was at second due to the extra inning rule. 2 outs, top 11. 2-1, Lake Erie leads. Wick set, and the pitch. And this ball hit to center field. Or no, popped up to Wobrock, at short. He'll make the catch. That's out number 3. But a run does come in the inning for the Lake Erie Crushers on one hit, no errors, and a man left. And after 10.5 the score, Lake Erie 2, Washington 1. Washington looks to score 2 in the bottom of the 11th to try and win this game. You're listening to MSA Sports coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
we're back here in the bottom of the 11th. And as per the rule, we'll have a runner at second base. It'll be Justin Fox. Will be the runner at second for the Wild Things here in the bottom of the 11th. Due up for the Wild Things in this inning be John Zizniewski, Jamal Austin, and Austin Wobrock. As they look to score 2. And we talked about it last inning. Due to the time constraints rule here in extra innings, the Wild Things will be rewarded with a runner at second base. It'll be Justin Fox running out there. He has speed at second base as the Wild Things look to score 2 here. Or excuse me, it won't be Justin Fox. Fox was out on the field with a batting helmet. And it will be Alex McKinnon out there at second base. So not as speedy. And McKinnon will start the inning at second base for the Wild Things, and John Zizniewski will be the batter. Zizniewski 0 for 3 today, robbed of 2 hits. And the new pitcher on the mound for the Crushers, Fernando Gallegos. Gallegos taking over here in the 11th, looking to close things out for the Crushers. Gallegos, 2 games, 2 starts this year, 1-0. 8 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits in 10 innings pitched. As he will face John Zizniewski. Wild Things have a runner at second. Gallegos set the pitch. It's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things second baseman. Bottom of the 11th, Lake Erie leads 2-1. Here in the bottom of the 11th. Gallegos checks second. Here's the 1-0. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count on the Wild Things second baseman. 2-1 Lake Erie leads here in the bottom of the 11th. Gallegos set. Here's the 2-0. Outside ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out. Alex McKinnon at second as he starts the inning there in the 11th with the late extra innings rule. Gallegos checks second, the 3-0. And taking all the way, 3 balls and a strike to Zizniewski. 3-1. Nobody out, bottom 11. Gallegos set. The 3-1. S1 grounded to second. Handled there, 4-3 on the putout. Meanwhile, McKinnon moves up to third on the play. That'll bring up Jamal Austin, the center fielder. Austin today, 2 for 3, 2 singles. Drove in his team's only run back in the third. And Justin Fox will pinch run for Alex McKinnon here. Fox, a faster option than McKinnon at third base. With Jamal Austin batting, they want that speed at third base. They're trying to tie this game. Jamal Austin, 2 for 3, facing Fernando Gallegos. Infield about halfway here for Lake Erie. 1 out, bottom 11. Jamal Austin, the batter. Gallegos looks in. He's set. Pitch coming. Called strike. No balls and a strike on Austin. 0-1 the count. Gallegos set. Checks Fox at third. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. Base hit! Into right field. So this game is tied. An RBI single by Jamal Austin. And there's a 1-out base runner for the Wild Things. Game tied at 2 now. So an exciting game here in the home opener for the Wild Things as Austin Wobrock steps in. Wobrock today 0 for 3 with a sac bunt. Gallegos looks in. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 in the inning for the Wild Things. Looking to score another to get the walk-off. Gallegos set. The 1-0. There goes Austin for second base hit, and there's left center field. Austin around second, heading to third. There's runners at first and third with one out. And your Wild Things a chance to win it with Jimmy Yezzo on deck. First and third on the single by Austin Wobrock. Jimmy Yezzo the batter. If you're Yezzo, the hero last night, tied the game at 5, don't put the ball on the ground. As Barraza coming out to talk to his pitcher. First and third here. One away for your Wild Things, bottom of the 11th, looking to win it in a walk-off fashion. Yezzo the batter. Today, Yezzo 1 for 4 with a single. Trying to get the ball in the air. Middle infield at double play depth. The corners are in. Gallegos looks in, has his sign, he's set. Pitch to Yezzo. Ground ball foul. No balls and a strike to count to the Wild Things first baseman. Runners at first and third here, one out in the bottom of the 11th. A fly ball could win this game for the Wild Things. 0-1, Gallegos set. The pitch to Yezzo. Yezzo, fly ball foul. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, 1 out, bottom of the 11th. 2-2 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Washington threatening, though, with runners at first and third and 1 away. Gallegos set. The 0-2. Up the middle, right to the pitcher. They throw to second for 1 to first. It's a double play, and the inning is over. So 1-6-3 double play. Game remains tied at 2. We're going on to the 12th. Here, and you're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Keep it tuned right here.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass is installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIAL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIAL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIAL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back, top of the 12th from Consol Energy Park. As a new pitcher for the Wild Things will be Tyler Garko. Garko appearing in his second game for the Wild Things. No record, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit in his 1 inning of work. As he will be facing Jose Barraza, William Beckwith, and Juan Avila in the 12th. Barraza, who will lead things off, 1 for 4 with a single. So the runner at second base for the Lake Erie Crushers to start the 12th will be Parks Jordan, who made the last out in the 11th. Barraza will be the batter. Skarko appearing in his second game of the year for the Wild Things. 2-2 the score here in the top of the 12th from Consol Energy Park. Garko looking in. Eddie Sarando into the game to catch for the Wild Things now. Garko has his sign. He's set. Checks second. And the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Nice block by Sarando. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Barraza. Skarko looking to get the Wild Things back to the bats here in the bottom of the 12th. Eddie Sarando has to fix his gear. Equipment malfunction here. Top of inning number 12 from Consol Energy Park on opening the home opener for the Washington Wild Things. As Sarando now goes out to talk to Garko. As they discuss. 2-2 the score here in the 12th. Be sure to join us, or hey fans, every Thursday night game during the 2016 season. It's Thirsty Thursday at Consol Energy Park. And it's all being brought to you by Frankie I's Bar and Grill, located by the Meadows Casino on Route 19. Join them to enjoy food and drink specials after the game. And don't forget Thursday's feature is Buck Beverages on both beer and soda here at Consol Energy Park. Garko setting the 1-0. This one fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 on the count, nobody out. Top of the 12th, excuse me. 2-2 the score between the Crushers and your Washington Wild Things. Garko, the fourth pitcher to work for the Wild Things today. He looks into Sarando. He's set. The 1-1. This one fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Here from Consol Energy Park. Top of the 12th. Tyler Garko in his second game of the year for the Wild Things. Parks Jordan, the runner at second, as the late inning rule allows a runner at second to start the inning. Garko set. Checks second. The 1-2. Ground ball to second. Zizniewski has it, throwing to first, and that's out number 1. Meanwhile, the runner moves up to third on the play. 4-3 on the put out, and that'll be William Beckwith will be the batter, with 1 out in the 12th. Beckwith today 3 for 4, with a single, a double, and a homer. Go-ahead run 90 feet away for the Lake Erie Crushers. The infield will come in. Kind of in a shift. And now Wobrock moves back over to the shortstop position, so they're straight up. And they're going to intentionally walk Beckwith after his day. So there's going to be runners at first and third now after the intentional walk. And that'll bring up Juan Avila. Avila today 0 for 4. As it's the second wide one. Avila, the next batter, entered this game with an average of .350, a homer, and 3 RBIs. They're walking Beckwith as the fourth wide one coming. Here it is, and it's outside, ball 4. So runners at first and third here for Lake Erie. 1 out, and it'll bring up Juan Avila. Wild Things trying to set up the double play possibility here in the 12th as they try to get back to the bat racks in the bottom half of the inning. So Avila up, as we said, 0 for 4. But hitting .350 on the season coming in. Jordan, the runner at third. He was there to start the inning. Beckwith, the runner at first after the intentional walk. Garko looking into Sarando. Has his sign. He's set. Here's the pitch. Low ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. To Avila. Garko in his second appearance for the Wild Things this season. He's set. And the 1-0. This one grounded past the diving Fink. A sliding stop by Wobrock. He can't handle it. Run comes in. The Crushers take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 12th. As they scored runs in back-to-back innings. And the Crushers have runners at first and second with 1 away. As Avila will get a base hit on that one, as Wobrock had to dive to make the play. He couldn't do it. And that'll bring up Daniel Aldrich, the right fielder. Aldrich today 0 for 4. Garko looking in. He's set and the pitch coming. That's outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 run in the inning. 3-2 Lake Erie leads here in the top of the 12th. Garco set. The 1-0 coming. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was one thing we saw from Garco in his first outing. He had 2 strikeouts in his inning of work, really blowing the ball by batters in that first outing of 2016. After the intentional walk, allowed a base hit to Juan Avila to score Jordan from third and give the Crushers the 3-2 lead. Garco set. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Breaks his bat and falls into right field, a base hit. Beckwith will be held at third, and the bases are full of Lake Erie Crushers. So Aldrich reaches on the single. 1 out here in the top of the 12th. And that'll bring up Brendan Constantino. Constantino today 0 for 4. He's grounded out today in 3 at-bats and flew out. Garco looking to get out of this. 1 out. Crushers up 3-2. Double play ball would be big. Corners are in. Infield at double play depth. Constantino the batter. Righty on righty. Garco set. Checks third. And the pitch coming. It's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 the count. Bases full of Crushers. They lead 3-2 here in the top of the 12th. Garco looks in. He's set. Here's the pitch. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 3-2 Lake Erie leads. You listen to the MSA Sports Network here on the home opener for the Washington Wild Things from Consol Energy Park. Garco set. And the 1-1. This one grounded, base hit into right field. Beckwith will score. Runners go station to station, still 1 away. Lake Erie now leads 4-2 in the 12th. And that'll bring up Parker Norris. Norris today is 1 for 4. Manager Greg Langbank coming to the mound to talk to Tyler Garco after giving up 2 runs. He needs to get it out here in the 12th. Tomorrow, the first 1,000 fans to the park will receive a t-shirt courtesy of Milan Labs. Gates open at 6 p.m., so be sure to get there early. Tomorrow's game, 7:05 p.m., can be heard right here on the MSA Sports Network. We're on the top of the 12th. Base is full of Lake Erie Crushers. Lake Erie leads 4-2 over your Washington Wild Things. Garco looking to get out of the 12th inning and get his team back to the bat racks. Just approaching 10 o'clock Eastern time. As Garco has 1 out here in the top of the 12th. Looking to get out of it. 2 runs in already in the inning. Garco set. And the pitch coming. High ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Norris. Here in the top of the 12th. 4-2, Lake Erie leads. Garco looking to Sarando, has his sign, he's set, checks third, the pitch. And low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. Here in the top of the 12th. Garco looking into Sarando. Has his sign, he's set. And the 2-0 coming. Inside ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Garco in danger of walking in another run. Righty on lefty. Garco set, the 3-0 coming. Outside ball 4. Oh no, called a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Just on that outside corner. 3-1, 1 out. Lake Erie leads 4-2 over your Wild Things. Bases are full. Garco set. The 3-1. And this one popped up foul territory. Fink giving chase, dives, and he can't get to it. Count goes full at 3-2. Max Casper, the shortstop, on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 12th. Lake Erie leads 4-2. Garco trying to get out number 2 in this inning. Garco looks in. He's set. And the 3-2 coming. And this one hit foul. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 1 out. Listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Tyler Garco in his second appearance has allowed 2 runs here in the 12th. And Lake Erie leads 4-2. 1 away. Garco looks in. He's set. The 3-2 coming. That's high ball 4. Garco walks in another run. It's now 5-2. As Juan Avila scores. And runners go station to station. Base is still full. Now 5-2. Lake Erie leads. And that brings up Max Casper. Garco still looking for a double play here. Garco looks into Sarando. Has his sign, he's set, the pitch. Ground ball to second. Zizniewski, second for 1 to first, not going to be in time, another run scores. So fielder's choice, 4-6 on the putout. Eliminates Norris at second, allows another run to score. It's 6-2 Lake Erie. As Eddie Saranda relaying the sign. 6-2 here in the top of the 12th as 4 runs have come in for Lake Erie. Tyler Garco looking to get the last out. Connor Oliver the batter. Garco looking into Sarando. He has his sign. He's set. And the pitch coming. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count on the Lake Erie center fielder. Washington down 4 now in the top of the 12th. It's 6-2. Due up at the bottom of the 12th for the Wild Things will be Dave Popkins, Andrew Heck, and Ricky Rodriguez. Garco set the 0-1. And this one's foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Garco 1 strike from getting out of this 12th inning. 0-2 the count. 6-2 Lake Erie leads. Garco looks into Sarando. He has his sign. He's set. Checks third. And the 0-2. Fouled off. Still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wild Things down 6-2. Garco the lefty facing Connor Oliver the Garco the righty facing Oliver the lefty. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 12th. Garco set. And the 0-2 coming. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 12th. 6-2 Lake Erie leads this one. Garco peering into Sarando. He has his sign, he's set. And the 1-2 coming. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. And that retires the 12th. However, 4 runs come in the inning for the Lake Erie Crushers. And now on to the bottom of the 12th to score. Lake Erie 6, your Wild Things 2. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Bottom of the 12th, your Wild Things now trail 6-2 to the Lake Erie Crushers. And coming on to take over is Keegan Gadotti. Gadotti appearing in his 5th game of the season. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, 2 runs, no earned for Gadotti in 2 1/3 innings pitched. And he will be tasked with facing the middle of the Wild Things order. Dave Popkins, Andrew Heck, and Ricky Rodriguez leading things off in the 12th. And the runner at second for the Wild Things will be Jimmy Yezzo as he made the last out in the 11th. So Popkins the batter. Today 0 for 2, 2 walks. Gadotti looking in for a sign. He's got it. He's set. And the pitch coming. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Popkins, the right fielder for the Wild Things. Bottom 12, Lake Erie leads 6-2. Wild Things looking to mount a comeback. Gadotti setting the 1-0. On called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Popkins. Team's leading RBI man from a year ago. Gadotti set, checks second. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, nobody out here in the bottom of the 12th. Here on the home opener for the Washington Wild Things at Consol Energy Park. Game 2 of this series can be heard tomorrow at 7:05 on the MSA Sports Network. Gadotti's 1-2. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom 12. Wild Things trail 6-2. Gadotti looks on, he's set. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Popkins strikes out. There's 1 away here in the 12th, and that'll bring up Andrew Heck. Heck, the left fielder for the Wild Things, 0 for 4 on the day, 4 groundouts. Yezzo out there at second. He starts the inning there due to the late inning roll here in the Frontier League. Gadotti set. Checks Yezzo at second. The first pitch. And it's a strike. No balls and a strike on Heck. 0-1 the count. Game 1 of this 3-game series with the Lake Erie Crushers. Crushers lead 6-2. Gadotti set in the 0-1. Inside ball 1. Ball gets away. Yezzo will move up to third on the play. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bottom 12. Andrew Heck the batter. Heck, as we said, 0 for 4 today. Wild Things trail 6-2 here in the 12th. 4 runs coming in the top of the inning for Lake Erie, as they're looking to close things out. Gadotti looks in. He's set. And the 1-1 coming. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Popkins struck out to start the inning. Heck in danger of doing so here. Ricky Rodriguez on deck, the designated hitter. Gadotti looking in. Has his sign. He's set, checks third. And the 1-2 coming. And this ball hit to the right center field gap. Going over, and it's going to bounce before the wall. It'll be a double for Andrew Heck. And Heck rounding 2, he's thinking 3. And he's in there with a triple. So Andrew Heck, an RBI triple, makes the score 6-3 with 1 out here in the 12th, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the day, 1 for 4. Score now 6-3 after the Heck triple. First pitch is a ball to Rodriguez. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count, bottom of the 12th, 6-3 the score. Wild Things trying to mount a comeback. The pitch, inside ball 2. Or no, it hit Ricky Rodriguez, so another man on. Hit by pitch here, 2 on, 1 out. And that brings up Grant Fink, the third baseman. Wild Things down 6-3. As manager coming out to the mound. See if we're having a pitching change here. No, it'll just be a meeting. Grant Fink, the batter. As he's looking to drive in, he's the tying run. Bottom 12. 6-3 the score. Andrew Heck at third with an RBI triple. Ricky Rodriguez hit by a pitch, stands at first. Gadati, the pitcher for the Lake Erie Crushers. Bottom 12, 1 run in already, 6-3. Gadati set, the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike to Fink. 0-1 the count. Bottom 12, 6-3 the score. Gadati set in the pitch. Called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here on the Wild Things third baseman. Down 6-3 in the 12th. Gadati set, the 0-2 coming. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wild Things down 6-3 in the 12th. Gadati set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh no, he fouled it off. Stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out, bottom 12. 6-3 the score. Gadati peering in for his sign. He has it, he's set. And the 1-2 coming. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom 12. 6-3 the score. 4 runs in the top of this inning for Lake Erie. Gadati set in the 2-2. Line drive. Left field and deep. And it's off the wall. Heck will score. Fink into second. The tying run now at second base as Heck scores. And the game now 6-4. As the Wild Things coming back. We'll see the go-ahead run batting. It's Eddie Sarando. Sarando came in the game in the 12th. And there'll be a pitching change for Lake Erie. So we're going to take a break here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Keep it tuned right here. 6-4. Wild Things trying to mount a comeback.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Your Wild Things trying to mount a comeback, 6-4. Tying run on second base, 1 out here in the bottom of the 12th. And Devin Malone coming in the game, a 13.50 ERA. No strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned on the season. This will be his 4th appearance. He's thrown 1 1/3 innings. Lake Erie leads 6-4. Tying run for the Wild Things stands on second after the RBI double by Grant Fink. The 8th pitcher to work for Lake Erie. He'll face Eddie Sarando. Sarando on the season batting .111. No homers, no RBI. So Malone the pitcher, righty on righty as Sarando's hitting. Malone set, checks third, the pitch. Strike 1 on Sarando. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 12th. 6-4 the score. Malone set in the 0-1. Chop foul, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on Sarando. Sarando represents the winning run. Oh and 2. Malone set the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sarando strikes out. Now 2 away here in the 12th. And that'll bring up Scott Carcasey. Carcasey pinch hitting for Zizniewski. So Carcasey pinch hitting here in the 12th. Carcasey enters the day hitting 125. No homers and an RBI. He represents the winning run. Carcasey, 6'5", 230-pound left-handed batter from Maple Shade, New Jersey. Played for the Frontier Grays a year ago. Malone looking in. Righty on lefty. He's set. The pitch. Called strike. No balls and a strike on Carcasey. 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 12th. 6-4 the score. Malone looking into the catcher Barraza. He's set. The 0-1. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carcasey has some power in his bat, so he could end this game for the Wild Things with a swing. Malone set, the 1-1. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Carcasey. Bottom 12, 6-4. Lake Erie leads the Wild Things. Malone looking in. He's set. The 2-1. Ground ball. Handled by Casper. Throw to first. He's not going to get him. Another run in. 6-5. Carcasey reaches on the infield single. Ricky Rodriguez scores. Grant Fink to third. The winning run on first base, and that brings up Jamal Austin. Austin today, 3 hits in 5 trips. 3 for 4 officially with a walk. 2 outs, bottom 12. Wild Things down 1. 6-5 the score. Righty on righty. Tomorrow's game, 7:05 p.m. first pitch against these Lake Erie Crushers. Game 2 of this 3-game series. The pitch. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Devin Malone, the pitcher. Jamal Austin, the batter. Malone looks in. He's set. The 1-0. Low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom 12. Time's called as Barraza will go talk to his pitcher. As we said, tomorrow's game can be heard right here on the MSA Sports Network. 7:05 first pitch. First 1,000 fans into the park get a t-shirt, so be sure to get here early if you're coming out to support your Wild Things. 2-0, they're down 6-5 here in the bottom of the 12th. 4 runs in the top half by the Lake Erie Crushers, 3 runs in the bottom half here by the Wild Things. Malone set, the 2-0. That's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on the Wild Things center fielder. 2-1, Malone set, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wild Things down to their last strike of the night. 6-5, Lake Erie leads bottom 12. Jamal Austin trying to put the ball in play. Malone looks in. Wants to go through the signs again with Barraza. Malone has it now. He's set. The 2-2. Fouled off. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 12. 6-5 the score. Lake Erie leads the Wild Things here at the bottom of the 12th. 2 away, 2-2 count on Austin. Malone set. The pitch. Fouled off. Count stuck at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 away. Bottom 12. Jamal Austin trying to tie this game. A double could win it. Malone set. The 2-2. Inside ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on the Wild Things center fielder. 6-5, Lake Erie leads. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Wobrock on deck. Malone set, the 3-2. High ball 4. The winning run moves to scoring position now for the Wild Things and brings up Austin Wobrock. Wobrock, 1 for 4 with a single and a sac bunt. Another meeting on the mound. As Lake bases full of Wild Things here. 2 outs, bottom 12. 6-5, Lake Erie leads. Wild Things looking to complete the comeback, the winning run on second base. With Wobrock the batter, 31 RBIs a year ago for the Wild Things shortstop. See if he can come through. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Malone looks in. He's setting the pitch. Inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Wobrock. With Yezo on deck. Malone set. The 1-0. Inside, the ball gets away. Coming to the plate and scoring is Grant Fink, and this game is tied at 6. Wild pitch. 2-0, the count to Wobrock now. As that ball gets away and we're all tied up again. 6-6 here in the 12th. A single could win it. 1 ball, no strikes. Malone looking in. He's set, the 2-0 to Wobrock. Called strike, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Malone the pitcher, righty on lefty. He's set, the pitch. Outside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, Jimmy Yezo on deck. 3-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom 12, 6-6 the score, the pitch. Outside ball 4. Wobrock walks, bases loaded for Jimmy Yezo. Yezo today, 1 for 5. Tied the game last night, looking to come through here in the 12th. Trying to win this game for the Wild Things, righty on lefty. 6-6 the score here in the 12th. Malone set. The pitch. Popped up. Behind third. Out goes the shortstop. And he makes the catch. Out number 3. The Wild Things come back to tie this game up in the 12th. Going to the 13th, the score. Wild Things 6. Lake Erie 6. We'll be back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network, top of the 13th, and the score is 6-6 between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers as the Wild Things have kept coming back. Due up for the Crushers in this half inning will be Parks Jordan, Jose Barraza, and William Beckworth. Tyler Garco staying out on the mound. The runner for the Crushers is Juan Avila, made the last out of last inning. Garco's still on the mound. Facing Parks Jordan. Garco set. Here's the pitch. This ball fouled off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Garco looking to get through this 13th. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Garco looks into Sarando. He's set. And the pitch coming. Bunting and getting it down. Runner will move up to third, throw on to first, and that's out number 1. 5-3 on the put out. Meanwhile, the runner moves up to third on the play. Just reaching 10:30 here at Consol Energy Park. Top of the 13th, 6-6 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers, and it'll bring up Jose Barraza, the catcher. Barraza today, 1 for 5. Righty on lefty. Avila the runner at third with 1 out. Infield in. Garco looks into Sarando. He's set. The pitch coming. And this ball fouled off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Tyler Garco the pitcher. Jose Barraza the batter. 0-1, 1 out. Top 13. 6-6 the score. Garco set. The 0-1 coming. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 13th. 6-6 the score. Garco looks into Sarando. Has his sign. He's set. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Top 13. 6-6 the score. Garco trying to get out number 2 here without allowing a run. He's set. The 1-2 coming. And this one fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out. Crushers and Wild Things tied at 6. Here from Consol Energy Park. Garco looks into Sarando. Has his sign, he's set. And the 1-2. This one fouled off. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out. 6-6 the score. Garco looking into Sarando. He's set. The 1-2 coming. This ball popped up, and this will go foul. Still 1-2 with 1 out here in the 13th. 6-6 the score. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Garco looking into Sarando. He's set. The 1-2 coming. And another foul ball. Count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top 13. 6-6 the score. Wild Things trying to top the Lake Erie Crushers. Garco looking into Sarando. He's set. Checks third. The 1-2. Inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top 13. 6-6 the score. 6 runs, 10 hits for both of these teams. Garko looks in, he's set. The 2-2. Ground ball, base hit. Another run in, 7-6 the score now. Here in the top of the 13th. Another run in. As a 1-out single by Barraza. Drives in another run. That'll bring up William Beckworth. 1 out, 7-6 Lake Erie leads in the top of the 13th. Garko the righty versus Beckworth the lefty. Garko looking into Sarando. He's set. And the pitch. Inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Top of the 13. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. This ball hit the center field and deep. Austin going back. It'll bounce and hit the wall. Another run coming in for the Lake Erie Crushers. Is coming around and scoring and making it now 8-6. As the Beckworth hits another double, and again he's terrorizing the Wild Things, driving in another run. Barraza scores. And now that'll bring up Juan Avila. With Beckworth at second and 1 out. In the top of the 13th. Score 8-6. Garko the righty versus Avila the righty. Garko set. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to Avila. Top of the 13th, 8-6 the score. Garko looks in. He's set. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. Wobrock handles it. Throw on to first, and that's out number 2. 2 outs here. Daniel Aldrich, the batter. Aldrich singled and scored his last time up. 2 outs, top of the 13th. Lake Erie leads 8-6 over your Wild Things. So these teams have gone back and forth for the last couple innings. Garko the righty versus Aldrich the lefty. Garko looks in. He's set. And the pitch. Inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Garko on the mound. 1-0, 2 away here in the top of the 13th. 2 runs already in for the Crushers. Here's the pitch. This ball fouled off. 1 ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. Garko appearing in his second game of the year. He's giving up 6 runs on the night. Garko looks in. Aldrich the batter. Aldrich singled and scored in the 12th. Garko looks into Sarando. Has his sign. He's set. And time is called. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Top 13. 8-6 the score. Garko set. The 1-1. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Just past 10:30 here at Consol Energy Park. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away. Garko looks in. Here's the pitch. And this one fouled off. Count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-6 the score between your Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Garko looking into Sarando. He's set. And the 1-2 coming. And this one grounded foul. Count remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 13th. 8-6 Lake Erie leads. Garko on the mound, righty versus lefty. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 13, Garko set. And the pitch. Inside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wild Things down 8-6. Garko looking on. He's set. And the 2-2 coming. Ground ball foul. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garko not able to retire Aldrich here so far. 2-2. As Aldrich splintered his bat, going to get a new one. Tomorrow's game can be heard here on the MSA Sports Network. 7:05 first pitch between the Washington Wild Things and these Lake Erie Crushers. Aldrich coming back up now. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. 13 innings here on the home opener for the Wild Things. Down 8-6 to the Lake Erie Crushers. Aldrich taking his time here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 strike away from getting out of this. Garko looks. He's set the 2-2. Checks his swing and it goes foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 13th, 8-6 the score. Here from Consol Energy Park. Garko looking in. He has his sign. He's set. The 2-2. This one's popped up on the infield. Calling everyone off and not making the catch is the new third baseman, Jimmy Yezzo. It's foul. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 13. Quite a battle going here. 2-2. It's an error on Yezzo over at third base now. Aldrich the batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Garko looks in. He's set. The pitch coming. High ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 13th. Lake Erie leads 8-6. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Garko trying to get out of the 13th. He's set. The 3-2. And this ball fouled away. Count still at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 13. Lake Erie up 8-6. Quite a battle between Garko the righty, Aldrich the left-hander. Garko set, the 3-2. And this one fouled away. Count still at 3-2. Here in the top of the 13th. A long at-bat between Garko and Aldrich. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the 13th. Three and two, 2 outs. 8-6, Lake Erie leads. Here's the pitch. This one grounded past Carcasey at first. Into right field, a base hit, 9-6 now Lake Erie leads. Aldrich trying for 3. The throw in, not in time. He's in there with a triple. A 2-out triple makes the score 9-6 Lake Erie. And this will bring up Brendan Constantino. Two outs, top of the 13th. 3 in this inning. 9-6 Lake Erie leads. Garco set. The pitch. Inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the 13th. Garco set. The 1-0. And this one fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Garco set, the 1-1. Inside ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the 13th. 2-1, 2 outs. Garco set. And the pitch. Strike 2. No, high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 13th. Wild Things down 9-6. Garco set in the 3-1. This one fouled off. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 2 outs. Garco set, the 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. So another walk. Another batter on base here with 2 outs on the top of the 13th, and that brings up Parker Norris. Norris last time walked. And a pitching change here, so we're going to take a break here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball. We have you covered all season for the 2016 season. We'll be right back. Top of the 13th, 9-6.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get a sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. It's a new pitcher for your Washington Wild Things. As Garco is pulled. And the new pitcher will be Zach Groats. Groats appearing in his 4th game for the Wild Things. He'll face Constantino. Two outs, top of the 13th. Groats pitching to Constantino. Lake Erie leads 9-6. Here's the pitch. Called strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to Constantino. Groats the righty versus Constantino the lefty. He's set, the 0-1. This one fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Lake Erie leads 9-6 here, top of the 13th. See if the Wild Things can finally get out of this inning. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off, still 0-2. Oh and 2, 2 outs. Groats set. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Top of the 13th, Lake Erie leads 9-6. Groats set, the 1-2 coming. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 outs. Groats facing Constantino. Groats looks in. He's set, the 2-2 coming. This one fouled off, still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 outs. Groats trying to get out of this 13th inning. 3 runs across already. Groats' pitch. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Inning over. After 12.5, the score, Lake Erie 9, Washington 6. Keep it tuned right here to the MSA Sports Network, bottom of the 13th. Wild Things try to fight back again. You're listening to the coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12. PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops. You just never know how your day is.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back in the bottom of the 13th. Fernando Gallegos on the mound. Here's the pitch to Popkins. High ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Jimmy Yezzo starts the inning at second base. We're sorry for the technical difficulties there. But we are back. 0-1, 2 outs here in the 13th as Grant Fink the batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Wild Things down to their last out. Gallago's set. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and this ball game's over. Final score. Lake Erie wins it in 13, 9-6. Tomorrow's game can be heard here on the MSA Sports Network. 7:05 first pitch right here. Matt Frauden on the mound for your Wild Things in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Final score, Wild Things drop this one 9-6 to the Lake Erie Crushers. Thanks for listening to MSA Sports Net, everybody. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where I'll be back for the call. Final score, Lake Erie 9, Washington 6 in 13 innings.